Like that. Those are some old welds right there, and then those are some new welds. They look good. See, I am getting better. I'm getting so much better. Look at me go. So.
All right. Today's the day. Well, this week is the week. What we're going to be doing is, obviously based on the title and the thumbnail that you've seen, we are going to be mounting up the turbos. We have not everything we need. We can, I mean, the motor can go in. We still do have to get a new torque converter. I am still waiting on that. But we can actually drop the transmission, you know, without actually having to drop or pull the engine. So that's not a problem. We can take care of that. Other thing we got to take care of is this here notch. So you can see right here that it was kind of rubbing on yeah, right there. Yeah, and a little bit over here. So those spots were actually rubbing on the oil pan, which probably not the best thing for them to be doing. So I am going to try to remedy that. So like I said, gonna put the motor back in. Now the heads we're gonna just set on there whenever it comes time to actually mounting up the turbos, because we can actually take those off. I'm still hoping that I can find me the heads that I want. I don't know. We're gonna try. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, take care of that notch, put the motor in, then we can. Yes, they are eBay turbos, but it's, you know, you got to start somewhere, and that's where we're going to start.
Here we are. This is the point that we are at this point. I just said point twice. I don't know why. I actually said it 3 times. Anyways, so I was thinking of mounting the turbos right here. The problem with that is the main issue of not having a headlight to be able to, you know, to do things with. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably just mount them up like right here. One right here, kind of in line with this, and then another one kind of right about here-ish. So I'll probably go ahead and mount this one and get it done. And then this, I mean, I'm still not 100% sure. Like, the piping's going to be terrible looking, but this is just proof of concept. I'll fix the piping and everything like that once I know exactly where they're going to be sitting. But for right now, I'm going to make them look whatever, you know. But the problem with this side is that this pipe is not going to fit, or this header. So basically, when it goes up in there, get the right grip on it. So when it goes up in there, you'll see that that shaft is literally like right in line with the pipe, and that's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. So what we're probably gonna end up having to do is, you see, I already started hammering it, thinking that maybe I'd be able to get it out of the way. But what we're probably gonna have to do is come and cut it off down low right here, and then just like, and then cut off, you know, the 90, fix this little bit of whatever, and then we'll turn the 90, go under the steering shaft, and then back over to here. That's probably what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't want to get some crazy like factory style exhaust manifold to try to make this work, because then it just wouldn't match with what I have over here. So I'm gonna make this work, because we do have some exhaust piping that if I have to use it, but I think it might be, I think that's inch and 5/8, whereas this is inch and 7/8. So I'll probably just get me some inch and 7/8 piping. That way we can take care of that. But we can go ahead and get this one mounted. So, and then I'll have this stuff in by the weekend, and we can go ahead and I'll show you what I'm gonna do with that. And then, as you can see, I have my drain line. So this is where I decided to go in at the bottom of the timing cover. They actually have these things that you can buy, but they're like $169. I figured Michael's got better at his tigging. We could do it, and we did. As you can see, we were able to get it done. So we also have these nice 10AN drain lines, but there's still so much more that I have to get for this turbo kit.
All right, so this is where we're at.
As you can see, I have begun to modify this exhaust. So basically, the steering shaft hits, like this was sitting right here, like this, and it was hitting like dead center of this right here. So basically what I'm going to do now, these were $100 and something exhaust manifolds. I don't give a shit about anything to do with these. So I'm going to turn this around, and I may actually take this piece, because it's 2-inch, now this is 1 7/8, so that's a little bit bigger, and probably just waiting for some batteries to charge. Cut off right here, so this will slip over right here, has a little bit better of a transition going in, and not that that really matters. And then I'll have to probably cut this back a little bit or something like that, because then it'll be a matter of taking this and meeting back up with that, all kind of good stuff, a lot of trim and stuff like that. And I got a piece of 1 3/4. I hope I don't have to use that, because that's the only size that they had, and I don't want to go smaller, because basically, yeah, as you can see, it would go inside there, and yeah, like I said, I don't want to go smaller. They have proven that you can hammer them down and everything like that, but I feel like that's different. That's not the same. You're losing you're losing area by going with a smaller pipe, other than just crushing it. So, like I said, hopefully we don't have to use that. We may have to use just like the end here, some of this piece right here, which actually is the exact size. So, yeah, hopefully that's what we have to do. So, yeah, and that's all just to clear that steering shaft. Once that one piece of pipe clears, everything else is fine. I mean, I did have to move the proportioning valve. My phone keeps farting. So yeah, and then yeah, obviously this is here. So the other one will be right here, and the same. I have to figure out where I'm putting the wastegate. Probably going to end up being like right here.
Hey, so all right, so check it out. As you can see, that end goes way out there now, and it does not hit the steering shaft. So let's put it in here. I'll show you what I mean. So, okay. So as you can see now, the steering shaft is down there, which works out a lot better. And now this does work with the stock. I was able to put the stock steering shaft back in, and it did work. But I will be going with the Holley Blackheart LS Swapped one. It has a bit smaller diameter, you know, of a head, like that's right up in here, so it should work a lot better. But this will, that's the only one I hammered. As you see, I hammered right there. I also hammered this pipe on the bottom side of it, just for some more clearance. But that should do it. Okay, so yep, I mean, you can see that one's so much closer than that one. I don't understand why that one's so high up. I mean, they got done the exact same. So, huh. This one probably, actually, yeah. It's just not in place properly. So yeah, it would be right there, which is about the same as that one over there. So, yeah, I mean, got it clocked right. Now, the fun part will be running the exhaust. So the question will be, does it go, because I could go down and back and through that way, you know, and like this one could go down and back and through that way. Or they go out and to the sides, you know, over down that way, and then this one goes out and down and does its thing or whatever. I haven't really decided on that. I got plenty of time. Hell, like, they might even just come straight up and out. I doubt that that's going to be what happens, but I mean, I already have to cut the hood to begin with, so I do kind of like the idea of taking them down back through there, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot of space going through there. But if if this wasn't here, basically I could make a 90, hug that right there, and then just go that way, possibly. We'll see what happens. I just want to have enough length so that when I put my wideband up here and my O2 sensors, everything will be fine. So, hey, it's above zero.
so that's a plus. It don't feel like it though. I think it's like 9. I think it's not perfectly accurate, but that's not the point. What we're here to look at is these. Now, I showed you earlier that they were kind of like sitting right here and possibly right here. And if you're not a part of my Facebook or Instagram, you should totally check it out. Instagram is Southern Gears. Facebook, you just, got to know my name. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to mount the turbos here. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to move the fuel system. That's not a big deal. I wanted to put the fuel pump or the filter and everything kind of like in a better spot. And we're going to be running some new fuel line anyways, some PTFE, because this is just that other regular crap that can't handle E85. And we want that capability at some point, so we're going to be replacing all that anyways. Probably going to just run new line instead of just going down to there where it was going. You can't see it, but down up in there is where it connects and runs down with the hard lines all the way down to the fuel tank. But we're probably going to be changing that up, maybe putting a fuel cell in the back. I had actually, also at one point, I have mounted these turbos so many different ways. I had them mounted right here, and then I had them mounted right here, because as you can see the radiator is out, because I thought, well, I can just mount the radiator in the back, and I was like, well, I don't want to do that. And then there was a whole issue with stuff being in the way up here. It's just, I still got to run, and then the oil is going to have to go down to there. That's going to be fun. But I think I can just run it down, and I have a 90 that'll tie into there, but it looks like it hangs down below. So I might have to figure out a different route for it to go. Maybe come out with the 90 right there, and then come down, and then go into the 90 down there, possibly. But, it's not a big deal. We can figure that out when the time comes. Like I said, I still got to mount the exhaust. I don't know exactly how I'm doing that yet. It might just come out and go straight out that way. I want to have a bit more length to the exhaust though coming out, because I got to have wide bands and all that good stuff. If I had one, I could easily put it here, run this one down and out, and I kind of want to run this one down and out the same general area. I don't want to have like one going out one area and one going out the other way. But now the only reason why I haven't finished this motor's got to come back out. It's not bolted to the transmission or to the torque converter or any of that. So I actually got to pull this out. The heads, I did put 2 bolts in it, but they're not even fully mounted, like you can see here. Yeah, so it's not even fully mounted right now. Like I said, I got to pull this out. I got a little bit more machine work that I got to get done to this engine. I thought it was good, but I did a bit more testing, and the cylinders are slightly oval. So they're 4.005 at the widest point, but then at the other point, they're just 4.00. So that's, I can't have that. I got those new forged pistons. So it's going to come back out and go to the machine shop, and that way, look, we're putting these turbos. We need to go ahead and do that. They look like they're about the same height. Don't they? No, that one over there is higher. So I might end up cutting and, you know what? No, I'm not. I ain't gonna do it. That's not the Southern Gears way. I say that, but this one is a little too close over here. So I might do a little cutting and then moving in or something like, kind of bring it this way some, like maybe like do a little pie cut, bring it in, put a little wedge in there, and that way it's more away from here. That way I can do something. I'll probably not putting a filter on it. I'll probably put one of those turbo savers or something like that on it, but no biggie. I do have the oil lines, but the problem is that this one's going to need a longer one, obviously. I do have an idea as to how I can work this. So I have some extra brake line that I might be able to utilize to just kind of like extend out of that thing and get it over somewhere closer, and then I could just tie that into a union together, and then I'd have it over here, so I don't have to get like a freaking 50 or 60 inch long cable that goes all the way, because it's going to be mounting down up in there, You can't see it, but this one will be fine. This one should make it to it. I mean, it's not that far for this one. And also, you know, we're still looking for the right heads. We want some good heads. So these exhaust manifolds will bolt up to the other heads. It's not a big deal. So it's just a matter of getting some better ones of these better heads. We may end up going with these heads if we don't ever find any L92s in the junkyards. We may just stick with these and just replace the springs and retainers and be good with it. Maybe get them decked or something like that. You know, lower our compression just a smidge, because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that. We may not even. We may just, you know, just get them cleaned up or something like that, because they do kind of look nasty. I mean, you know, it's just something. But check this out. This is why it's been taking so long. There was an engine. Yeah, it sucks. Hey, look. Trying to make a snowman. What's up? Yeah, just showing the snowman. It's more like a snow castle. At the moment. But we're two Southerners. We don't make snowmen. This is his first, second attempt. Last year he made one too, but tried. But we were still, like I said, Southerners. We don't get the opportunity to make very many snowmen down there in Mississippi. So, but I'll let him do his thing. Oh God, it's so cold out there. Yeah. All right. So, probably what will end up happening is the wastegates will end up going, you know, coming off of right here, in some general area. They might even be like right over here coming off, so that then I can just come out or something like that, so that they're not like at the radiator right here, because the radiator is going to go back right here, which would mean I could put one right here, you know, because it looks like it's enough area there for me to put two, you know, wastegate on either side. They're not the exact same. I'm not professional, as you can see. These are just temporaries. You know, I just wanted to mock this stuff up, kind of get an idea of where everything might rest, and then once I get proven concept, then I can come in and get some better piping. My welds have gotten a lot better. I mean, see here. Yeah, see? My welds have gotten so much better. They're not like that. Those are some old welds right there. And then those are some new welds. They look good. See? See? I am getting better. I'm getting so much better. Look at me go. So, alright, so that's going to do it for the video. And, yeah, I mean, it's basically probably the last video for the year. So,
Probably.
We just want to say thank you to everybody that helped us get to this point, because we almost just about doubled in subscribers this year. It took us, what, 2 years to get to 1,000, and then it took us 1 year to get to an extra, basically 1,800.
Yeah.
So we gotta say thank you to every last one of y'all.
Thank y'all.
So like I said, if you're here, happy holidays, whatever it is you're celebrating, and we'll see you in 2023.
Have a good night.
Later. It's a little short, Michael.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Snow is hard to work with.